The Joe Rogan Experience.
So what do you think should go on with Louis C.K.? You mentioned him.
I know more about it than most people because I've talked to Louis about it. But what happened versus what's being portrayed as what happened, there's a lot of stuff that's just not true. Like he was never blocking anybody's door.
And what's unfair is that he cannot say it. If you engage and defend yourself and correct the record, then you make it worse.
Yeah.
So you're in this sort of purgatory where if you hear things that are not true, you also cannot say anything about it.
Yeah.
That's an unfair place to be. And also, like, is everything a hanging offense? My problem with some of the Me Too stuff, and of course I think like every right-thinking person, it was a great thing that happened, that men have been put on notice that you're playing with five fouls and you just can't get away with a lot of the shit you used
Particular men in positions of power in the office place.
Right. I mean, I think
employers.
let's also extend it to the fracking industry and McDonald's and every other place in America where probably it's very prevalent. Nobody ever hears about it. But there is just no consistency. Charlie Sheen, who I'm not picking on, I like him, but he got a Super Bowl commercial last year. Well, he did way worse things than Louis C.K. Way worse. You couldn't give Louis C.K. So people would be like, Louis C.K.'s in a Super Bowl commercial? That is ridiculous. Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen has no shame.
And I know, but he held a knife to his...
Did he?
Didn't that time in Aspen, wasn't that he was with the third wife or something? And I seem to remember... But he's done. He's being sued for giving people AIDS.
HIV,
I mean, there's just this litany of things that are way worse than whacking off in front of people, which is not cool either. Of course, it's. But Louis did apologize and own up to it, and I just think where is the consistency?
Yeah.
Well, and also where is the? Is everything a life sentence? Louis is a horrible person forever?
Right.
Or is there some point where we used to go, yes, a person pays his debt to society in some way, and then, you're allowed back. I just feel bad for him. I mean, I feel like he did weird shit that he shouldn't have done for sure, and I think he knows that. I know he knows that. But what is the proper punishment? And who decides it?
Well, he's definitely working again. So all the people that are complaining and bitching about
overseas.
No, he's working here. No, he's doing a lot of theaters. He's touring again.
Right. Yeah. When you're selling his tickets to his fans.
Yeah.
Sure. But he certainly can't do everything he wants to do.
Right.
And he can't.
He can still tour, but even if he wants to do a special, boy, who's going to take him up on that? Right.
Yeah.
Who's going to jump the line?
And maybe the proper punishment is another 5 years before you can have a special. But
that's a long time.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just pulling it out of my ass. I'm just saying. What we need some sort of.
It's been more than 2 years now.
Some sort of Me Too court. That will hand down a fair and justified.
Judge Rose McGowan presiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you decide when a person has been punished enough and what is the crime?
That's right. Yeah.
But he's got some hilarious bits about it. He goes, so the problem was I like jerking off and I don't like being alone.
Right.
Like, he opens up with it. And I wanted to the rest of the material he does about it. But he asked, can I jerk off in front of you? When they said yes, he did it. It's not a good thing. Nothing's good about any of it. No. And he knows it, and I'm not defending him, but people are portraying it as far worse than, like, he went up at Skankfest in New York and people went crazy and cheered, and I reposted the video of it, and someone posted on Twitter, one of the rare times they're like, fuck you, Joe Rogan, he assaulted women.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, no, he didn't.
No.
But he didn't. You can't change what assault means.
Right.
He asked if he could jerk off in front of people, and then he did. There's some question as to whether or not he jerked off on the phone with somebody. I don't think that's assault either. It's kind of creepy. Not even kind of. I'm sure he would say it's creepy. But we're not talking about someone who assaulted people. Like you can't just change the definitions of the word because it makes you feel better about hating someone.
Now, I also read, but I don't know if it's true, if his management, I think, threatened women who were going to talk about this or prevented someone's career from moving because of this. If that happened, that to me is almost worse.
Yes.
That's really bad stuff.
Yes, agreed.
I don't know if that's true. And he's not allowed to talk to straighten that out.
Well, it's not that he's not allowed to talk.
Well, it would
He's
make it worse.
considered talking about it a few times, and I think he decides at the end of the day it's just better just keep pushing ahead. And and his new hour, apparently, I'm not advertising for it, but from everybody that I heard, it's fucking amazing. Because all the pain and all the craziness, he apparently has a
talk about new material,
rockin' new hour.
Right. Talk about something to talk about.